Welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today, August 7th, 2025, we're putting Ethereum, ticker symbol ETHUSD, under the microscope for a truly in-depth analysis. The crypto space is buzzing with bullish momentum surrounding Ethereum, with recent news highlighting its climb above key resistance levels and analysts eyeing significant upward trajectories. Many in the market are predicting a potential 10% rally if ETH can decisively break the $3,720 resistance, possibly pushing it towards $4,092. And some even forecast an astonishing $60,000 by year-end, mirroring Bitcoin's 2017 surge. However, it's not all clear skies. There's a cautious undertone due to a recent slight price decline and mixed signals from institutional ETF activity. Let's pull up the daily chart and see how this narrative unfolds with the actual price action. Looking at the daily chart for ETHUSD, we can clearly see the significant upward trend that has characterized much of 2025. Specifically, the rally that started in May 2025 was quite explosive. Notice the powerful move on May 8th, where Ethereum jumped over 21% in a single day, continuing its ascent from around the $1,800 mark. This strong bullish impulse carried the price well into the 2000s and beyond, showcasing robust buying pressure. More recently, the price has been consolidating around the mid-3000s, forming higher lows and challenging critical overhead resistance. The $3,720 level, often mentioned in the news, has indeed been a formidable barrier, acting as a key resistance point. Now let's zoom in on the most recent daily candles, specifically from July through early August 2025, to see the direct impact of the news. Observe the strong green candle on August 4th, which pushed ETHUSD all the way up to close at $3,719.99, almost perfectly touching that $3,720 resistance level. This move reflected the bullish sentiment reported, as the price was indeed surpassing prior resistance and looking poised for a breakout. However, the very next day, August 5th, we saw a substantial red candle, with the price dropping to close around $3,611.38. This sharp reversal correlates directly with the news of a significant $465 million net outflow from Ethereum ETFs on that day, indicating a sudden shift in institutional sentiment. Despite this setback, August 6th showed a modest rebound, closing at $3,684.49, aligning with Morningstar's report of a 2.76% gain, suggesting that buying interest, possibly from whales as also reported, stepped in to absorb some of the selling pressure. To truly understand the intraday dynamics of this price action, let's switch to the 15-minute chart, specifically focusing on August 4th and the early hours of August 5th. Please note, our 15-minute data ends early on August 5th, but it's invaluable for illustrating the immediate reactions. You can see how the price moved steadily upwards on August 4th, reaching highs near $3,720 in multiple bursts, showing strong bullish intent. However, as we transition into the early UTC hours of August 5th, coinciding with the ETF outflow reports, we start to see increased volatility and sharp, downward price movements. Notice the swift drops from around the $3,700 mark down to the $3,680s, and then further down to the $3,650s, and even hitting lows around $3,544 on the daily scale, which would have been marked by rapid declines on this shorter time frame. These rapid short-term pullbacks confirm that selling pressure quickly mounted once the ETF news hit, highlighting how quickly sentiment can shift and the importance of monitoring short-term charts for real-time reactions and potential entry or exit opportunities around immediate support areas like $3,650 or $3,600 during such events. Shifting our perspective back to the broader daily chart, let's consider the fundamental drivers that continue to bolster Ethereum's long-term outlook, despite short-term volatility. Vitalik Buterin's push for a shift in Layer 2 infrastructure to zero-knowledge proof systems is a major development, promising to drastically reduce withdrawal times from 7 days to under an hour. This technological advancement significantly enhances Ethereum's scalability and usability, attracting more users and dApp developers. Furthermore, recent U.S. regulatory changes, particularly the SEC's exemption of liquid staking protocols from securities laws, are seen as strengthening Ethereum's position, providing much-needed clarity and fostering greater institutional comfort. On-chain data also paints a bullish picture, with Ethereum transactions nearing all-time highs amid surging stablecoin activity, reflecting strong network utility and demand. The fact that new addresses hit a yearly high in July underscores growing adoption and interest in the ecosystem, even with some criticisms from Galaxy Digital regarding L2 fee revenue, which are important but don't overshadow the overall growth story. So, where does this leave us for ETHUSD? Let's recap the key price levels and outline potential scenarios. The immediate critical resistance to watch is the $3,720 level. A sustained break above it is crucial for continued bullish momentum. Beyond that, the next significant resistance lies around $4,092, with the all-time high near $4,865 serving as the ultimate target for long-term bullish aspirations. On the downside, immediate support can be found around the $3,600 to $3,610 range, where the price found footing after the recent ETF outflows. Stronger support lies at the $3,500 level, and then further down at $3,400, marking previous consolidation zones. For an unbiased prediction, if Ethereum can reclaim and hold above $3,720, especially with positive institutional demand and renewed ETF inflows, a rally towards $4,092 is highly probable, perhaps with a 70% likelihood in the short to medium term. However, if the $3,720 level continues to act as strong resistance and the price breaks below $3,600, a retest of $3,500 or even $3,400 is a plausible outcome, perhaps with a 30% likelihood, especially if ETF outflows persist or broader macroeconomic headwinds emerge. Traders should closely monitor daily ETF flow data and anticipate further news regarding Vitalik's L2 upgrades and ongoing regulatory developments, as these will be critical catalysts for Ethereum's price action moving forward.